All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow pandemonium travelers, this is Seattle Pandemonium Shutdown Day 103, I think. And I'm not sure I have an update, really. Yesterday, protesters shut down I-5 for a few minutes and blocked traffic. And then they went back up to the CHOP or the Chaz or the Chat or the Zone or whatever you want to call it. And that was kind of it. No excitement. So I don't know. There's actually some lessons in there. The thing is that if law enforcement tried to stop them from marching around downtown, going to the West Precinct, so there's an East Precinct and a West Precinct, then there's no conflict. It's just people walking around yelling and no one cares, and then they block traffic, and then people sit in their cars for a few more minutes than normal, and then they go away, and then that's that. Now, if the cops showed up and blocked their path, tried to stop them from going somewhere, deployed tear gas and stuff, well, then you have a big scene, right? So there is a lesson in there that the enforcement creates the story, right? That's kind of part of the narrative happening here. This is part of the whole defund the police thing in the first place. Is like these stories emerge because you're here doing what you're doing. This wouldn't be happening if you weren't here doing what you're doing. And I can appreciate that. It's an emergent phenomenon because we got meta about our own society. We go, oh, look at all this crime over here. Let's put people over there to stop the crime. And in some cases, it's even the people that live there going, hey, can you help us with all this crime? And we go, oh, we can target criminals and arrest them. And then we do. And then sometimes we kill them. And there's not a real good solution to this problem, right? I believe I've covered this before, but like, we take a bunch of money, and this is, again, part of the defund the police thing. We take a bunch of money, and we give it to the police department, whatever that means. And they train, I'm going to say quote-unquote train, I'm going to say guys, but mostly, you know, I mean, I believe it's probably mostly men, but there are lady officers. They train them in the verbiage you need to use, what to be aware of on the job when you encounter a suspect as a really broad term, like someone who you were told is doing something. Okay, you walk up to them and you go, excuse me, sir, I need to talk to you for a second. Now, their reaction, whatever it is, can range from complete incoherence. Well, actually, could range from nothing because they're already dead. Because someone said, there's a dead body over there. And you walk up and you go, hey, excuse me. And then, oh, that's a dead body. To incoherence, it's an intoxicated person. It's a mentally ill person. They're not dead. They're alive. Well, at least physically. Like, their body can move around, but, like, they're mentally gone. So you have to learn how to interact with those people. Then there's, like, you know, open hostility. Someone telling you to fuck off, go fuck your mother, I don't have to listen to you, I don't have to do what you're telling me to do, which in some instances is completely legal for them to tell the officer to go have sex with themselves. That is so. Now, that then is not a death sentence or a reason for a cop to pull out their aspen, that's an asp with a P, and start kicking somebody's ass. Like, yeah, you're going to be disrespected in your job. Like, everyone gets disrespected in their job at some point. The issue with police is they have to maintain a certain amount of clout, or no one will take them seriously. Like, if you think cops are the same thing as a security guard at Chuck E. Cheese, then you will treat them like that, at which point you won't respect them, at which point you're not respecting the law, and then we find out what happens when that happens, which is kind of what we're finding out right now, and what we're going to find out as things continue to develop. This is my fear, is that the defund the police movement will get what it wants. And I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do. I'm saying we don't know if it's the right or the wrong thing to do. I can fully see, like, we take all this money, and again, I've framed it this way. We take all this money and we put it on the back end, trying to fix all of the societal ills, the crime and the violence and everything. And we go, oh, well, let's have police go out like linebackers, basically, and go fix this and clean it all up. But instead, let's take all this money and put it on the front end and enrich people's lives so that they don't end up in this scenario in the first place. Now, again, I can understand what's happening there. I can understand the concept. My concern is that I don't think that that's how communities work. Like, that's not really what's going on. Like, what's going on is not that too much money is being given to police departments and not enough is being given into after-school programs or something. I just don't think that's what's going on. And so then, what we're going to do is abolish the police, and we're not going to get that outcome that we wanted, the decrease in negative policing. Is that a good phrase? Negative policing? Like, it's not positive policing, it's not helping, it's negative policing. It's targeting the wrong people, it's being a dick while you do it, and trust me, I understand cops can be fucking dicks. I've been arrested. I know, okay? I'm not talking from a place of complete ignorance as to how police operate, okay? I have been interrogated, I've been patted down for basically no reason whatsoever, okay? I hear you. I just don't frame it as a racial issue. I frame it as a power issue, which I am increasingly told is also a racial issue. So, if I have an issue with policing and how it is executed, which is funny because it's the executive branch of the government is the enforcement of the law, executed, and then also executed, like George Floyd, am I right? This is an issue, like, again, more white people are killed by police than black people, but white people don't have a general sense of, like, a racial identity in terms of our relationship to the state. Like, we don't think that the state, law enforcement, are targeting us, quote unquote. We just think other white people kind of had it coming, or they did something wrong, or, well, it's what happens, you broke the law. We don't think of it as the state targeting us specifically as a race. Black people do. And they might not be wrong. I mean, they could be right. Like, they could be being targeted, excessively. That's the argument, is they're over-policed. Then we go, oh, look at all this crime in your community. And they go, yeah, but you're not policing the white community the same way. Okay, but at the same time, more white people are killed by the police. So, are the police over-policing white people, which results in them killing more of us. Or, and this is the other thing, this is the unspoken thing about all of this, by the way, all this stuff, is you're trying to police. I swear, I know how this might sound, but I swear, trying to police Americans is like trying to police fucking Klingons, guys. You understand that? Like, we are cantankerous, salty, troublesome motherfuckers, okay? And we are heavily armed, okay? Like, we are armed to the teeth, and we are told to be a problem. The story of America is being a fucking problem, okay? The civil rights movement. Go out and be a fucking problem until you get what you want, right? Like, we are some troublesome sons of bitches. I don't care what color you are. We know how to make noise. We know how to impede. We know how to fuck your shit up. We know how to make a problem. We're really good at it. Now we're just doing it to ourselves and then getting mad at ourselves for not acknowledging the problems, not understanding the problem, not acting fast enough on the problems. Right? I guess I need to do like a Paul Harvey thing, like, and now you know the rest of the story. Because it would put it in more context than my incoherent ramblings. I don't know. I don't think I'm wrong. I think I know what I'm talking about. Maybe. That's enough for me for one day. I will talk to you, I guess, tomorrow. Bye.